Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I am going to show you a delicious chicken and veggie recipe that your family is really going to love. And not only am I going to do that, I am going to give you some tips and hacks just to make this meal even easier so that you can prep some things in advance and just, make it come together like that. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it.
So y'all, let's get started with this chicken. Don't y'all just love to find some chicken on sale? And honey, I like this brand too. Okay, so I got more than I needed for my recipe today. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to preserve the extra very soon. Now, I like to prep my chicken by first cutting off any excess feathers. I do find this brand is pretty well butchered, but I do like to just rub it down with a little vinegar. Now, I know some of y'all like, I don't want to do that. Don't do it then. Okay, I ain't going to tell you what to do in your kitchen. All right. So once I rinse it, I'm going to place some paper towels at the bottom and dry them off very thoroughly. And y'all already know, if you wash meat in your sink, go ahead and clean that sink with some bubbles. Okay, that Dawn cleaned them ducks. It'll clean that sink and get you right. Okay. Now, I do not want to leave this chicken as leg quarters, so I'm going to take a butchery knife and I'm going to cut right between that joint that holds the drumstick and the thigh. To season this chicken, I am going to first go in with just a little bit of olive oil to help the seasoning stick. I like to use just a few squirts of this Maggi sauce. I find that the flavor from it can penetrate deep down into the chicken, but you could also use a little Worcestershire sauce. I'm then going to zest a lemon and use the juice of one lemon. Don't use too many liquidy things. You'll see why in a second. For the preservation method I'm going to use, it won't work out too well. Then I'm going to take some ginger. I have frozen this ginger so that I can grate it in fresh. And I'm going to season this mixture with chicken bouillon, crushed red pepper flakes, buttery steakhouse seasoning, oregano, and pepper. Some of this chicken I am going to cook in the slow cooker. And then some of this chicken I am going to freeze and put to the side for later. And I'll be dividing up the thighs and the legs to do that.
To prep my chicken, I am going to be using some vacuum sealer rolls. Now, y'all, I got this brand on Amazon and I love it, okay? There is two ways you can utilize this. So first off, honey, we're going to do the quick way. You can season that chicken, vacuum seal it in one of these vacuum sealer rolls, and then just leave it for 30 minutes, okay? That vacuum seal gonna make, that seasoning penetrate into that meat, okay? Now, the second thing you can do is something I love to do when I just want to do some pre-prep, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to marinate the chicken, and then I'm going to vacuum seal it, and then I'm going to stick it in the freezer. Make sure you put that date on it, all right? Then, whenever I am ready to cook, like on a weeknight when I'm not trying to do all of that, I'm just going to unthaw it in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to go ahead and cook it however way that I want. Y'all, pick some of these up. I have a link in the description box. They come in an 8 and 11 inch size for all your vacuum sealing needs, and let me know how much you love them.
I know you guys are super busy, so I encourage you to double this recipe and vacuum seal part of it like I'm going to do, so that when I am ready to make this honey garlic chicken even later on, I don't have to go through and marinate and do all this stuff over again. You're already going to have one prepped in the freezer that you can take out and thaw. Now, the way you use this is that you're going to unroll however much of you want of the vacuum sealer bag, and then you're going to leave 3 fingers width of space. You want to do this because not only do you need to seal the bottom of the bag, but you also need a little extra room at the top so that your vacuum sealer can seal your bag correctly and not suck in a lot of moisture. So I put all the thighs in one bag. I am going to vacuum seal this with a little piece of paper towel at the front. That will catch any excess moisture and prevent it from getting into the machine. I am then going to place this in the vacuum seal, and I'm going to put this on the moist setting because there is a little bit of liquid around that chicken. The vacuum sealer is then going to suck the air out of this, and I'm going to write the date on this package and stick it in the freezer. At a later date, I will unthaw it, and then I'm going to show you guys exactly how to prepare this chicken. As you can see, a little bit of moisture is getting onto that paper towel. That is okay because it's keeping the moisture from getting into the machine. Something else you can do is to vacuum seal your chicken for a quick marinade, and then you can take it out and bake it. It will help the spices penetrate into the meat. But today I am going to show you how I take this chicken unthawed and then I'm going to make it in the slow cooker. Now I don't have to do any pre-prep because it's already ready. Guys, this is so convenient. Let me know if you've ever done something like this before in your kitchen to save time, and if you vacuum seal. Now I'm going to take my chicken thighs and I am going to brown them in a skillet. Technically, you could do this slow cooker recipe like a dump and go, but y'all, dump and go don't be agreeing with me, okay? I got to brown something, okay? So I'm just going to brown it for a few minutes just to get a little color, just toast those spices a little bit, and then I'm going to take them out. I'm going to add in my onions and some carrots, and I'm going to saute this for about 2 minutes to give them a little bit of color as well. Then I'm going to add a pinch of salt because y'all, I got to season every layer with a little bit of flavor, okay? And then I am going to remove these veggies from my skillet. Y'all, this honey garlic sauce, honey is the boss. All right, y'all, this is just something to this. Now, y'all might be a little scared of what I'm going to put in here, okay? But I'm telling y'all it's going to be good. So I'm just going to toast up a bunch of garlic. And then I am going to put in 12 ounces of a Pilsner beer. You can use any light beer that you want. If you don't do alcohol, you can put in 12 ounces of chicken broth. I'm also going to add in about 1/4 of a cup of honey. You could even put in up to 1/2 cup, but it just becomes too sweet for me personally. I'm also going to add in 1.5 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and then I'm going to let this simmer together. Now, do not be scared of the beer, okay, if you do alcohol. I know when you first make this sauce, it is going to taste funny. But after it cooks in the slow cooker, everything will mellow out and it will be an absolutely delicious gravy. I've also added in some roasted garlic bouillon as well as a little bit of cornstarch. And I'm also going to put a shot of this Maggi sauce to round everything out.
We've been talking about how to keep stuff quick and easy today, so I'm going to be using these slow cooker liners to keep my cleanup really simple. Y'all pick some up in the description box.
These slow cooker liners fit slow cookers that are anywhere from 3 to 8 quarts, which is perfect because I have a 7-quart slow cooker, so this is going to fit very well. And you guys know when you make recipes that have a lot of gravy, it can get super messy in your slow cooker. So I'm going to add this liner, and then I am going to put in my chicken with any residual juices that came off it while it was sitting in the bowl. Y'all, you better not throw out them pan juices, honey, or we gonna fight. Okay. Then I am going to add in my carrots and my onions, but you can really use whatever vegetables that you like. I'm also going to add in 1.5 pounds of these baby potatoes. That's really going to make this a complete meal. You know, you got your veggie, you got your starch, you got your gravy. You know, let it do what it do. Okay, keeping it easy for the family. Then I'm going to pour over that delicious gravy that we made. And I'm also going to toss in some fresh herbs. Y'all know I stand beside fresh rosemary, fresh thyme. They will totally change the flavor of your dish. I'm then going to put on my slow cooker top, lock it in, and I'm going to slow cook this on low for 5 hours. I know it says 8 hours, but I don't have a 5-hour option on the low setting, so I just had to set a timer on my stove so that I could know when it was ready. Y'all, when you open up that slow cooker top, baby, that smell just gonna knock your nose off with its goodness. Honey, I'm gonna take out them twigs. We don't want to eat that. I decided to add in a little bit of extra cornstarch because I wanted my gravy a little bit thicker. You just add enough cornstarch till the gravy gets to your desired thickness. Now this is optional, but I'm going to take a little blowtorch just to brown the chicken a bit. It's going to look better in the thumbnail. Y'all know we got to be food styling, okay? And when my family ate their meal, all I had to do was take out that slow cooker liner and baby, we was good to go. This chicken is tender and delicious. Let me know if you're going to make it. Goodbye and God bless.